day. New information on the breaking news we brought to you this morning from Portsmouth. Just after 10 this morning, we got reports of an active shooter at Naval Support Activity Portsmouth Annex. Right now, things are all clear.
Yeah, this happened in the barracks area of the facility, which sits right along the Elizabeth River and also houses Naval Medical Center Portsmouth. 10 on your side was first on the air with this story right after 10 o'clock. Let's get right to our Ann McNamara. She is live on the scene. Now, Ann, you've been there quite a while now. What's the situation?
We were first on the scene. I went straight to the barracks. I looked around and we didn't really see anybody acting out of the ordinary. The gates were open. People were going in and out, walking around. So obviously this had gone from a scary situation to an all clear relatively quickly. We have some new information from the Navy saying they found a deceased sailor in a barracks room this morning. They had a call for gunshots come from that area around 9:30. That prompted the code white, and that means active shooter. Everybody kind of sheltered in place. The gates were closed briefly. People told us they turned the lights off, they locked doors. Very scary situation. And then the Navy tells us 15 minutes later they were able to give the all clear. What the Navy has not been able to say is if that report of gunshots has been connected to that deceased sailor. They were not able to tell me if the deceased sailor had been shot. There are sources telling us this was a suicide. The Navy says they are still investigating if that is the case at this hour. What I can tell you is that the hospital, Naval Medical Center Portsmouth, opening and fully functioning today, business as usual. Same thing with the barracks. Those are open and functioning right now as well. But certainly a very, very scary situation for those very couple of minutes. A lot of people also telling us online that they were worried about a loved one they had at the scene today. So a lot to go through, and the Navy is still working on this investigation. We're going to continue communicating with them throughout the day and throughout this newscast. So be sure to check in with us right here at 12:30. Live in Portsmouth, I'm Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.
Now, Ann, one quick question for you. Obviously, this was of concern because of the shooting at Fort Hood and because of the recent shooting at Naval Station Norfolk. What is the mood there now to now? We know there's no danger, but how's everyone seem to be feeling?
I think there is a little bit of tension this morning, but a lot of people I spoke to when I first got here had not known it happened. Others said, oh, it must have been a drill. They didn't expect it, and you just don't expect things like this to happen. But as we've seen and as we know, they can happen. And the Navy saying because of this has happened before, as soon as we had a report of gunshots on this base, we took those precautionary measures. We sent out the code white, and yes, it may have scared people, but that is the policy, that's the procedure, and they have to take these things seriously, especially with the recent events.